welcome. I'm Lauren, and this is the 5th installment in the Color With Me series where we are coloring the leaves page in Johanna Basford's Magical Jungle. We're slowly but surely working our way through all of the leaves. Anyway, this is the palette that we're working with. It is palette number 448 from Sarah Renee Clark's color catalog, or color cubes. And so far we have finished the pistachio leaves, the mulberry leaves, and the terracotta leaves. And now we are moving on to the burnt sienna leaves. And I just want to note that I'm not so sure that my leaves are going to come out exactly this color, because even though the base layer of ink tints that we have is this color, the pencils that I'm going to be using will make this base color look a bit different. Anyway, let's get started. Right, so as always, I'm using Polychromos pencils. You can easily switch out the colors for Prismacolor as well, or any other brand. So we're using Ivory, which is 103, light yellow ochre, which is 183, burnt ochre, 187, brown ochre, 182, walnut brown, 177. We will also be using light flesh, 132, and middle cadmium red, 217. I also have a Prismacolor white and my tiny Prismacolor black, which is just getting smaller and smaller the more we work on this page. I also have a fine liner, a Stabilo 88, and I have the Languau calligraphy gel pen in white. Right, so let's go to our page. So this is where we are right now with the page. On this side, yes, we have done the pistachio, as I said, the mulberry, the terracotta, which I finished last time, and on this side as well, yes, the pistachio, the mulberry, and the terracotta leaves. I've also added some water droplets and other embellishments, which you can see how I did in previous videos. And today we are going to be working on this leaf because I also want to color the ladybug that I have added. This ladybug was not in the original illustration. I added it. So let's zoom in a bit. So the first thing I need to do is decide where I'm going to put the highlight. And since this ladybug is here in the middle, this is what I've decided to do. I've decided to make the middle the highlight. So we will be doing the edges darker, and as we move towards the middle, it will become lighter. And we're going to start with not our lightest color. Our lightest color is Ivory. Our second lightest color is light yellow ochre, and this is the color we're starting with. Right, so we're going to start here on this edge, okay, and we're going to very light pressure. We're going to put down this color. Okay, now as I said, I've chosen colors that are going to actually change the color of our base layer, okay? As I was coloring this page, let me move over a bit. If you can see, I did this terracotta leaf and put some gold in it. And as I was coloring this leaf, I decided that I wanted this leaf to go together with this leaf, and so I wanted to put these colors into this leaf. So that's why we are using this color. Sometimes, sometimes I change my mind about what I'm doing while I'm mid-color. Okay, so it's not going to come out exactly gold because it's not white underneath. It's still that burnt sienna color, and so it's not going to be exactly gold. But it will have a yellowy tint to it. Okay, so we are just putting this color down, and again we are not going too close to our ladybug. Okay, we are leaving our highlight So I was actually talking to someone about what this insect is called in different places, and it turns out that I call them ladybugs because I'm from South Africa and that's what we call them, but there's ladybirds and lady beetles, and so different people call it different things. Yes, if you like, you can tell me what you call it where you're from. Okay, so here we're putting this color down on everything. Okay. Right, and I'm also going to put it over here. This line that we've left white here is going to be dark, like a dark brown color. Okay, I'm also going to leave a bit of a highlight on the edge here. Okay, so as you can see, using this pencil is giving this leaf a more of a yellow tint to it. Okay, right, now we're going to go with our next color, which is brown ochre 182. Okay, and we're going to continue putting in our shadows. So here by this leaf overlaps this leaf, so it will put a cast shadow onto this leaf. So we are putting this color here in between these areas and around the edge. Okay, and here too. Okay, not too close to the ladybug because that's where our highlight is. Okay, over these lines. Okay. And this leaf overlaps this leaf, so again, cast shadow. This leaf is going to get really nice colors because the Inktense has given us some interesting shading here, and then the light yellow ochre that we had has added a different tone to it. So we're going to get a leaf that has lots of different shades in it, and it's going to make it look really nice, really beautiful, not too uniform, but more natural looking. So when I first decided to color this page, I didn't want to do leaves that were too realistic. I didn't want green leaves, for example. I wanted to try colors that you can find in nature on leaves, but not ones that are too common. So that's why I chose this color palette. Okay, again, we're just going lightly towards the highlight, but not too close. Okay, around this edge, deepen up that shadow, and you can follow the guidelines of the leaf. This leaf has some guidelines. You can follow them. Okay, as you can tell if you've been watching my other videos, I like to layer my pencils, and Polychromos are a perfect layering pencil. They are primarily oil-based, so they are somewhat translucent. So colors underneath do not get completely covered up by colors you put on top. And that way you can just layer up your pencils and get new colors. Okay. Right, and I also want to put this over here around this line, leaving a highlight on the edges there. this side too. This overshadows, overlaps this, so cast shadow here. Okay, right. Our next color is walnut brown 177, and we're going to deepen up the shadows again. Okay, we're not going to go too far in because we don't want these lovely gold and brownish colors that we've got to disappear. So just a little bit right under the leaves there. Okay, and round. And just a little bit in. Round and a little bit in. You can actually use these lines to tell when to stop. Okay, you can make use of the lines that the artist gives you. Okay. Right. And yeah, this side too. Light layers. You can use circular motions here. So I don't tend to do a whole line, rather I do a little bit of a line next to this line, and then lighten up my pressure a bit and go inwards, and then for each step of this leaf. Okay, by doing that you make blending easier, and it doesn't give you such a harsh line. Okay, I think I want to put this pencil also down the middle, but I'm only going to do it on the right side because the left side is where we have our highlight. So I'm only going to put this pencil on the right side. Okay, and also here where the leaf overlaps, and down the side, going out a bit. Okay, we can even put a little line there, and here where the leaf overlaps. Okay, we're going to go back to our lightest color, which is light yellow ochre, and we're going to blend this walnut brown out. So a light layer, blending that out. That out a little bit closer to our ladybug. Okay. I really like this orange tint that we've got there. Okay, right, now we're going to go in with the ivory. Okay, oops, 103, I need to give it a sharpen. Okay, and we are going to blend closer to the ladybug. Okay, right, and we're going to go back in again with the light yellow ochre and go over some of that highlight so that it blends into the rest of the leaf. So here is where you see how Polychromos works so well, because that ivory has given us that highlight, and even going over it with the yellow ochre will still maintain the highlight. Okay. Right. Okay, I want to deepen up some of these shadows. So I'm going back in with the walnut brown 177 and just deepening up the shadows. Okay. And there and around this. Right, so we're going to be coloring this ladybug, and for this I am going to be using light flesh 132, middle cadmium red 217, the black fine liner, and the white gel pen. And we're going to start with a light layer of light flesh over the whole ladybug, but first I need to sharpen my pencil. Okay, so over the whole ladybug, right? Okay, now I'm going to go in with the middle cadmium red, and I'm going to go around all of these little spots that I made and leave a highlight on the, in fact, I'm thinking we could just go over everything and just leave that highlight there. Okay, I'm actually also going to take the walnut brown, yes, and deepen up the shadow on this side. Okay, and blend that out with the cadmium red. And then blend everything out again with the light flesh. Okay, now I'm going to take my black fine liner and just put his little legs back in. Okay, right, and now the white gel pen, and just put some dots. Okay, oh, it's cute. Right, so now we're zoomed out and we can see the overall effect of what we're getting with these different leaves. So this leaf is no longer really burnt sienna, it's more brown ochre, but I really like the way that it is merging in with the other leaves. Okay, so now I'm going to go off screen and I'm going to color in the rest of these leaves, and I will be back next time with the first turquoise leaves. That's what we've got left, the turquoise and the teal, and yeah, we're getting to the end. So thank you so much for joining me as I colored this leaf. If you like the video, please give it a like. And if you're enjoying the channel, it would be wonderful if you subscribed. So thanks again and see you soon. Bye.